Meantime, Florida's chief financial officer has had the governor's ear lately when it comes to the oil spill and its effect on the state. So far, Alex Sink has been giving Governor Charlie Crist high praise for his handling of the situation, but she says much more needs to be done to make sure Florida can thrive when the oil is gone. Alex Sink joins us now live. Good morning to you, Alex. You're the chief financial officer of this state. You've got your finger on the pulse of just what this may cost Florida right now. Florida's already received about $75 million in aid for marketing, for cleanup from BP. What else does this state need from the company?
Well, Margaret, that $75 million is absolutely just a drop in the bucket compared to what we will need. The environmental impacts will be enormous, and particularly we're concerned about our businesses who are really suffering right now, and the way we can get money back into their hands. The local governments have already spent millions of dollars gearing up for protecting their coastline, and the state government, too, has also begun to feel the impact.
And you're going to be asking BP to make whole the state and local governments?
Oh, absolutely, every penny. From the first moment that this happened, I called upon the businesses as well as the local governments and state government to keep close account of every penny that we spend in response to this spill so that at the appropriate time we can file our claims with BP as well.
Alex, give us a sense of what this means for the state more broadly. Florida's got 12% unemployment. You've already got a real estate market that's trying to get its legs underneath it right now. Give me a sense of the credit quality of your ability to get financing for the state.
Well, Florida is very fortunate. We're one of the few states that has maintained a AAA bond rating, and our budget has been balanced. We've been tightening our belts like everyone else, but Florida is in a strong financial state when it comes to our ability to access the credit markets. The concern, Margaret, is that we don't know how much this impact will be. It could be years, particularly if this oil that as a result of the dispersant is going to kill our fisheries, which are an important part of our economy. We will have to go back to the federal government and to BP. And that's why from the beginning I suggested that the federal government ought to be leading the process as opposed to BP when it comes to getting claims paid. These small businesses shouldn't have to go and negotiate with
Alex,
BP over claims.
Explain that to me. Explain that to me, because there are some people who would look at and say, you don't want more bureaucracy in there. You don't want the government administering this, but you would rather have the federal government running the claims process than BP at this point?
I absolutely would, Margaret. We don't know what BP's motivations are. BP is an oil drilling company, Margaret. They're not a claims-paying company, and that's why I believe that it was more appropriate, and hopefully this may still yet happen, that the federal government bring in an organization like the Small Business Administration or even FEMA, who's accustomed to taking claims after a catastrophic event, and I think that's much more appropriate in this case.
Alex, this is Lizzie O'Leary, Margaret's colleague. Your counterpart in Louisiana has warned his governor that BP America could potentially file for Chapter 11 protection and that the taxpayers would be stuck with that bill. Is that a concern that you have in Florida?
Well, it's always a concern if the company is considering or contemplating filing for bankruptcy, but this is a company that has been earning $20 billion a year in profits. They have enormous assets and enormous capability, and that's even more reason for the federal government to be closely involved in monitoring this situation and assuring our business owners, our local governments, and our state government that we will be compensated for a horrendous accident that was no fault of ours.
All right. Alex Sink, CFO of the state of Florida, joining us live this morning with a check on the financial health of this economy.